You see that helicopter right there? I'm not sure if you see it, but it's in the sky. So me and that helicopter go to sleep every night together. For some reason, it parks there. A lot of times you see that big helicopter. It be a lot of helicopters in the sky circling around my house, and I'm gonna tell y'all why in a minute. There's one right there, one back there. And when I get to praying, they come really ferociously. All those stuff start to happen in the sky. And I'm gonna tell y'all why in a minute. It's really a lot of strange occurrences happening. Even I should have recorded it, but 2 police officers came to my house earlier. Officer Thompson, he works for like a different branch of the police, and it be more. It be one sitting up there, but he not here yet. He come like at 11, and then somebody gonna try to convince me that they hearing my favorite. Child, if they was hearing my favorite, they would knock on my door and stop. So the airplanes and the helicopters that fly over my head, all types of, they don't really bother me per se. It's crazy because I got this from Mayor Adams. My son got this from Mayor Adams, who's the mayor of NYC. And it explains a lot because a situation at hand. So remember back in December, and I'm probably going to edit that part of the video and put it back here, when I was reading to y'all about how God had delivered, he had delivered Joshua into the hands of King Nebuchadnezzar, right? Only to defeat King Nebuchadnezzar, because King Nebuchadnezzar was a haughty man. He didn't like God, and he didn't really care about God, but he was the type of person to do anything just because he had power. He didn't really care about moral standards, principles, nothing. He did it because he felt like he could, and he was looking at the time and the season in the world, so he was like, I'm going to do what I want because I'm the king, right? So God had let him, because he saw that he was like a man of war. So he had him to go against the Israelites and conquer them, but it was only for his defeat. And this when God had ended up giving the sun and all the ornaments of the earth over into his prophet hands, who was at that time went from Joshua to King El-Shazzar, right? So the same thing happened to me. Like, it speaks about in the book of Revelations about how people won't be able to do all these miraculous things. Like, literally, I tell it to rain and rain. I tell the sun to come up. There's no small thing. It's a really big thing. But the people around me, like the rulers of New York City and the rulers in this land, they jealous. Like, even the normal people, I don't like being around them because they jealous. Like, it's sick. Like, they're really jealous. Literally, that's why I got sick. Like, I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to put myself out there like, oh, I'm already at you saying this is what I'm capable of doing, and I can do this, and I can make the sunrise. But I've been trying to tell y'all and not tell you at the same time because I don't want to make myself a target. At the end of the day, I'm hard to miss because the sun follows me from point A to point B. And I'm going to show you that tomorrow. Like, the sun follows me from point A to point B. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to court right now, facing felony charges for being attacked and assaulted by my neighbor. Not only that, I was attacked and assaulted by another neighbor, in which I'm not going to court for. I don't understand why I'm not going to court, but I actually know why. Maybe she's not a human being or something, but like, so to speak. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, you can read on that, because everybody, we've been through a lot through this pandemic, and maybe maybe she lost it. Maybe she's not completely here with us, but that's not my business. You understand? Maybe she don't consider herself to be one of us anymore because she wasn't acting like it. But that's not my battle at hand. I don't have a battle at all. The battle is the Lord's. So what I was saying was that, I went around there to the party to lift up the sun because the sun wasn't out. But then after that, God was instructing me what to do, like how he instructed Moses, just point your staff this way, point your staff this way, and do that, So I'm doing it, things is happening. He's telling me to do more. And I think the cops came today pretending like they was somebody else. Like, they was like, oh, we just come here to see what we can do to help. Who said I need help? Like, I'm sitting up here making a sunrise. How can you figure I'm sitting up here calling on rain and it's coming in 1.1 seconds? How do you figure I need help? Do you need prayer? But I'm humble in that presence because sometimes police officers, they're like sergeants and stuff, they do like to feel powerful and stuff. I'm not trying to come in between that. Like, some people like to feel like they the ones in authority. So me having really authority of the stuff around me that mattered, like the sky, the sun, the moon, and the air, because that's the elements of the earth that God created, not because I'm in any type of witchcraft. I don't want to be disrespectful to people who are using their positions and their titles to gain power or appear to be powerful, nor do I want to seem disrespectful to anybody who, just desires to be more powerful than the person that they're speaking to, especially people in those positions, because Sandra Bland did pass away, so did Breonna Taylor. And I don't know why, and we don't know why, so I don't want to be disrespectful or offensive to to anybody like that, because clearly they're not coming. Like, why would I think that you will be here to help me, or anybody will be here to help me if you haven't helped me thus far? And honestly, only person that can help me is God. So he was trying to ask me who do I talk to. I let him know God. You know, who do I, the cop was asking me, Officer Thompson, who do I pray with? God. That's it. Only God and God alone. I don't speak to nobody else. I pray with nobody else. Who else can do what I can do? I'm not being smart, but by the grace of God, who else is lifting up the sun? Who else is calling on, who else? Nobody else can do this, so nobody else can relate but God. Only God had this power. That's where I get the power from, God. So only person I can talk to about it is God. Y'all don't know what to do with the sun if y'all had it. Y'all wouldn't know what to do with this. And it talk about in the book of Revelations about these miracles happening. I just didn't know that these miracles was going to be done by my hands. See, I didn't know when God had looked down low enough to see me that's what he was looking for. I didn't know. Okay? So, yeah, I love y'all. It's your girl, Mr. Ari, ex-Mr. Ari, saying what you got to feel.